What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Rome 2 Total War. Let's take a look at all of our Roman Empire. One, we have conquered all of Italia. We moved into Magna Graecia. We have conquered all of that as well. And, of course, we have conquered Corsica and Sardinia. We are currently at war with Carthage. We are currently at war with Libya. And I believe we're at war with Nova Carthage. No, that's not. Huh. Is that really what it's called? I could have swore it was called Carthago Nova, but I could be completely wrong. But anyway, so obviously what we're going to be doing is we are in winter. All we really want to do is start gearing up our military once again. And the reason why I say that is we're finally making, well, we were making a lot. We have a lot of money. We're not making a lot of money. So maybe rather than building up our military, it might be a good idea to start building up our economy. And I guess we could do that now. Let's go ahead, and we already have a consecrated ground, so let's go ahead and build ourselves a suburbia. Might not be bad, but an aqueduct would be nice as well. I think what we're going to do is we're going to be building a suburbia, and the entire idea is once we manufacture like these pots and all of these potteries, we can use our harbor here to basically sell them. And let's see, so we definitely want to keep improving our amount of coins. So let's take this farm here, build up a herding ground. So yes, we're going to be making more food, but we're going to be making a lot more money at the price of one public order penalty. Looking back at Rome, we are not making very much progress with public order, but I believe it's going to go up with the meeting place and the auditorium. So this is probably going to go from +2 to +5. We're building up a harbor, which takes food. We could get a cattle pen, which would give us 2 more food, but unfortunately it would impact public order. But we would make a lot more coin. But unfortunately this does cost a lot of money as well. I believe next turn we are finally going to have the legal documentation unlocked, which is going to be giving us 2% additional taxation in all of our provinces, and it's going to make our agents, their actions cost a little bit less. So I am looking forward to that. But I need to improve the economy one way or another. So looking at Lilybaeum, I guess our best choice is to make Lilybaeum here into a market settlement. I could make them into a farming settlement, seeing as we have a lot of agriculture. But I feel like what we're going to do is make this into a market settlement, and that means we're going to get more population growth over time. So this fleet looks like it's in the correct area. We do want to produce more units, but I can't really do that. Aha! I found out what I'm going to do. I need to go ahead and force march this unit all the way back to Rome. And this 3rd Legion is basically going to hire ourselves a massive army that's going to replenish a lot of these units. Obviously, we're going to bring in more cavalry. We're probably going to remove these, ranged javelins, javelin throwers. But this is only our 2nd Legion. We obviously need to improve our 1st Legion as well by obviously throwing in a lot of ballista. And I would much rather have Principes because these are essentially the wealthy older Roman citizens. The Principes are a heavy infantry force. So because basically you have to pay for your own armor, the idea is if we have wealthier people, they can afford better armor. And so obviously it's they cost more, don't get me wrong, but the idea is we're going to have a more powerful army. So let's go ahead, and these units are making their way over. Let's end this turn. I would gladly give Carthage a white peace. I don't know if they'll really go for that at this time. I also need to be worried about my northern provinces. If we get attacked, this could get rather bloody very quickly. Research of philosophy has been unlocked. So now we have, of course, gained 2% taxation in all of our provinces. And I don't know if it really made that much of a difference for predicted income. But also our agents' actions are now cheaper. But what we ultimately wanted was the labor organization. And that means in all of our provinces, we get more taxation, less corruption, but really we get the more public order. And unfortunately this is 6 turns, so I guess that's fine. We want to move this guy, right now it's in a 4 forced march position, or I guess, what's the word when they're on the seas? I don't know what it's called. I believe it was called double time. So now we have a normal stance. I want to try to get you to Rome. I don't know if we can do that, but at least we're on the actual coastline. So what I want to do is obviously build up 6 ballistas, and we don't have enough money. I need, I believe, 6 ballistas. I am going to need some cavalry units for my second legion, I believe, and my first legion obviously needs ballistas. What I want to do is have 2 legions practically match each other, because I like to play a cunning play style, and the idea is I like to use a lot of strategy and tactics rather than just brute force. So some people like to go ahead and just build a ton of infantry, but instead, I like to build a ton of artillery, siege down the enemy where I can, and try to preserve life, if that makes any sense. And the idea behind that is because it does cost a little bit of money to obviously replenish your armies, whereas archers and, missile units don't necessarily cost any money to replace their ammunition. And also, one other thing I want to point out is when units get damaged, they lose a lot of experience. So obviously, as we preserve life, we obviously preserve experience and, like, army tradition as well. I'm going to move these units a little bit closer. I feel like we're going to try to block this beach. And if they do come near me, we will attack them. These units, I guess, are going to move a little bit closer down. Try to obviously get a little bit more range. And I guess we are now out of money once again. So let's end this turn. And one thing I do also want to point out is if we decide to go to war, we're already in a war with Carthage, but very soon we do need to look to the north, because obviously we have barbarian tribes, which are basically like a bunch of savages that we need to be on the lookout for. Our general has died of natural causes, and subject fades to obscurity. We have minus 5% influence. Okay, so our second legion, we're going to have to pay some money, or we can get one for free from the House of Cornelia, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the House of Cornelia, and obviously we want cavalry units, so that means that we do have to pay money for those. And now we have a very weak general, but hopefully that will fix itself over time. Let's go ahead and hire ourselves 2 more ballista, and we need some equites, and we are not making a lot of money, which is obviously not good. Maybe once all of these, new buildings get constructed, maybe we'll start making more coin. Where did those units go? They obviously went away. So let's do this. We obviously are going to be producing more units. I am going to move you all the way down. We have our 1 cavalry unit that we needed, and we obviously have all 6 of our ballistas once we actually produce those. Here's our equites, and what I would really like is I would probably like 2 more units of Principes. I don't know where they would go, though. One would probably remove this ranged unit, and one, I don't know, they would probably just remove these ranged units. We do need spearmen in this legion. Okay, ending our turn one more time. Sadly enough, don't get me wrong, our armies are powerful, but we are starting to run low on money. So what we need to do is destroy Carthage, get ourselves a foothold inside Tunisia, and, start growing our empire that direction. They have a pretty big, powerful army there. It looks like 4 different armies of various sizes. Ludi Plebi, giving 20% wealth from all cultures in every region and public order per turn for 4 turns. I do like that very much. We are getting very close to the winter. We are in autumn right now. So we have 2,000 coin. Let's go ahead and build a few Principes. Well, I guess that wasn't much at all. And once we're done, I guess we are gonna be done. That doesn't make sense. Once we actually finish up this turn, what we're going to do is we're going to stop producing units altogether and finally start using up our coin for, improving the economy. So let's end this turn. And I guess we've really spent a year in this type of reconstruction period. Yeah, our navies are going to have a bit of a hard time, but luckily we are making a lot of money. Looks like Epirus is no more. And they are taking some attrition, so I'm wondering if they lost their only city. Libya moving on in. All we really need to do... Ooh. Absolutely. This is Nova Carthago. And I could have swore it was Carthago Nova. I don't know, because obviously in Spanish, I believe the Nova comes second. And obviously this is a Spanish territory. Noble Death. But maybe it's because I'm on, English. Maybe they move the Nova around. Or maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Political intrigue, sadly enough, and duty calls. Another one of our leaders died. Obviously, I would take any from Julia. But I don't have any available. And we always want cavalry units. And so now we are in winter. We have all of the units we need available. I am going to go ahead and force march myself all the way down. And eventually, we are going to make ourselves, to Lilybaeum very, very soon. Another thing I'm probably going to do, we are no longer in a war with Nova Carthago. So these units are going to force march themselves, or force sail themselves, over to Lilybaeum. And the idea, I'm going to actually maneuver this guy a little bit closer to Corrales just in case they decide to do something sneaky. But the idea is once we consolidate all of our troops, we should be able to push into Carthage, or Carthago, I guess. We have some money. Looking at Rome, is there anything that we can improve? We could finally get ourselves a Shrine of Minerva, which, yes, it would give us public order per turn, which is better. It gives us wealth from culture, and it actually gives us research as well, which is exactly what we want. But I think what we're going to do... Yeah, let's do the Shrine of Minerva, because we need that research rate. And at least in 2 turns, we are going to be unlocking the new technology, which is obviously what we're working on. Labor organization, not only giving us tax rate improvements, but also giving us public order per turn. Ending, well, we have 1,000 coin. Is there anything that we could build now? Probably not, other than units, but I don't really want to build any more troops. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I could build a better navy. Do I think I need that, though? Just in case. We can always destroy these guys later, or obviously, once they get destroyed, we don't rebuild them. Okay, Carthage, moving on against my troops. They should not be able to attack me. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead and retreat. That is a very far distance for them to attack. And I could have swore they just attacked my city, but luckily they just retreated. I don't know why they could sail that far. Maybe they have some really good admirals, but I could swear that I can't sail that far. Especially to return back to town. Kind of seems ridiculous when you think about it. Especially in the middle of winter. Okay, everybody looks like they are prepped and ready to go. I really doubt that one naval unit, we have our dignitaries increasing in rank. I highly doubt that our naval unit here, one naval unit, can destroy a town. I really hope that's not the case, but I guess we're going to have to try. So all these units are going to... can I cancel this somehow? Yes, I can. We would need to remove ourselves from forced march into a normal stance. And we cannot actually make it back to town yet. But I guess that doesn't matter all that much. Kind of does, though. Okay, these units are still forced march. You're going to make yourselves useful, throw you all the way near the town. We have 1,600 coin. We could upgrade Lilybaeum into a harbor. No, we can't. We need a little bit more coin to do that. So all we're trying to do is to search around. Obviously, we need to improve these dignitaries. Improved authority. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves philosophy, giving us more cultural conversion, which is a passive action. And let's do the same thing here as well. Eventually, what I want to do is get politics rank 2, but obviously we can't do that until I'm level 5, and we are level 4 right now. Here's philosophy. So not only are we going to get more taxation, but we get more cultural influence as well. Next turn, our technology will be done, and let's go ahead and end this turn. I am ready to siege down Carthage. It looks like we're about to have a naval battle. Ooh, a massive naval battle. Wow, and it looks like they might even defeat us. So let's do a small retreat. I am going to bring my other navy over, assuming that they don't attack our city. And it looks like they won't. I'm curious as to how, I mean, obviously they had a lot more naval troops than we did, but I was curious as to see, like, how that was possible. Okay. So what are we going to do this turn? We obviously need to go ahead and take our 3rd Legion and unforce march ourselves. So a normal stance. And what I want to do, I guess, is move you into the docks here. You're going to get closer and closer. These 2 units can be disbanded. These 2 units can be disbanded. And I guess these 2 units can go here. So here's what we need to do. These 6 need to go down. I have no idea how to do this. Because, okay, I see. So now we need to put 2 up, send the accept, and now everybody should be good in the 1st Legion. They obviously have 2 units of Equites and a lot of Roman ballistas. And now we need to put in another 3 units down inside this Legion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These units look weak. Okay, so we now have 20. We now have 20. You're going to go here. You are going to go here. This navy is... see, I really want to attack these guys, but will this navy be able to make it? No, they won't. So what we're going to do is try to blockade Carthage from... I guess this is... I don't know if it's an army or if it's a navy, but they definitely have troops there. You're going to come here. You are going to come here. These units are going to just chill inside Lilybaeum, and these units, I would like to do a lot of damage, or try to do some damage. I don't know if we could win this fight. Let's move a little bit closer. In fact, we're probably going to just chill right here. If they attack the city, I'm done for, though. Let's attack them. And it looks like we are going to be successful. I am going to do an aggressive stance. Looks like we did lose 1 unit, but they lost quite a few. I'm going to kill all of their captives, and I am happy. I'm surprised that they did a lot of damage to me, or at least they say that last turn they could have defeated me, which I really didn't think that was possible because I had an actual navy. But I don't know. Maybe they just had more units than I did. So now what we're going to do is let's get ourselves a new technology. We should probably start working on some sort of military tech. But I really need money. I don't know the best way to go about this, but I think what we need is to start making our way towards... It's probably under tactics. Or maybe it's not. So the cohort barracks level 3... This is going to take a very, very long time to get down. We have a level 2 barracks right now, and then obviously we have the level 3 barracks and the level 4. So I guess we're going to start making our way to cohort organization. Obviously we could improve the navy, but what we're going to do is start with manipular organization, unlocking champions and giving all of our missile units 25% ammo, or 25% more ammunition. I would love to finally build ourselves an archives, which would definitely improve our research rate. But we need money more than technology. So, looking at the province of Italia, let's go ahead and unlock an auditorium. And let's go ahead, go back to Magna Graecia. Can I build a harbor? Yes, I can. So we're going to be going from 30 wealth all the way up to 60 wealth, and plus 120 wealth from maritime commerce. So it's going to be a lot more coin. So hopefully over time it'll pay for itself, which is obviously will. And let's go ahead and end this turn. Looks like our naval leader, our general here, is now going to be having some additional authority because he leveled up. And let's end this turn. I am now ready to siege down Carthage. Uh-oh, this looks like a massive naval battle. and we're probably going to retreat. Yes, we are. Let's do a small retreat. I probably could have fought them and slowed them down, but obviously, are they moving closer? They are, or maybe they're going to attack me again. So now that they don't have any allies, I am going to go ahead and auto-resolve. I don't know if we're going to win, but this one says it's going to be a high chance of victory, and it looks like it was, though we absolutely lost our navy that has been obliterated. We have one more, but I might end up going ahead and merging those later. And so now what we're going to do is basically begin some sort of siege of Carthage. We have 2 massive legions, and we have a navy. So I really don't think there's really going to be much that Carthage can do. But obviously we do need to play a little bit defensive. We can't rush in headstrong. Okay, military traditions have been unlocked. Increase in rank for our admiral, and we have a political intrigue because we've been promoted, and it looks like if we complete something in siege, which is obviously a technology, we will unlock siegecraft, 25% siege cost recruitments, and attrition when besieging. None of those matter to me at all. Our navy is probably going to go destroy their navy, but I would like some of these units to do a naval invasion of their harbor. What we're going to do is maintain a blockade. I have absolutely no idea where any of their troops are. I don't know why they're not inside their capital, but our navy will destroy their navy, assuming that they even have a navy unit. This could be their army. Well, there's the navy. Auto-resolve, an aggressive stance. There they go, sunk to the bottom of the sea. And decisive victory. We could actually enslave their captives, but I don't think I will, so let's kill them all. Increase in rank for our admiral. You need to go back into friendly waters, so then we could get some replenishment, and that worked out perfect. Okay, these units obviously need to go ahead and make their way. We could force march ourselves. Double time, all the way back to Syracuse. I think that's what we're going to do, and then eventually we'll create more and more units. Is there anything else I can do right now? Obviously, we have a siege of of Carthage, and we are replenishing some units here. And I guess what we're going to do is go ahead and end this episode, but in the next episode, I am going to begin the siege of Carthage. So thanks again, everybody, for joining me. Hope you'll have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.